First and foremost, I was wrong. Jon Jon's won. He's the GOAT. Just like I said, if he beats Real Gon, he'd be the greatest of all time. Just exactly why he won. But I'm doubling down. If Jon won, it was definitely rigged. That's how I feel about it. Oh, you're a sore loser. You can't take a loss. Blah, blah, blah. No, I said, I'm on video saying if Jon wins, it's a rigged fight. So it's my opinion of it. No, I can give you lots of reasons why. But the main reason is Francis Ngannou. He took the biggest L this weekend. Now the best heavyweight in the world is no longer outside the UFC. It's inside the UFC. Because Jon beat Ciryl better than Francis did immediately. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest heavyweight of all time. Just listen to Dana White post-fight press conference. I'll play the clips for you too. You can hear the narrative by Joe Rogan as soon as the fight ends. I was listening to the fight, and I've gotten to watch it since then. I didn't want to make this video because I would be called a Jon Jones hater, blah, 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 blah. But I stand by what I said before the fight, that he looked like he was selling wolf tickets, out of shape. Considered this fight a year ago. They paid off Ciryl Gane, Bon Gomin, Mr. Good Boy. Mr. Good Boy did what he was told and laid down. Saved the company millions and millions of dollars by ruining Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou is not going to get any good fights now, and he's not going to get paid millions and millions of dollars for it. Heard Eddie Hearn the other day talking about how good of friends he is with Dana White. He's not going to sign him. Who else is going to sign him? Dana's friends with all of them. This fight was about clout killing Francis Ngannou. And they needed Jon Jones to do it, and nobody else could do that. So I'm saying I didn't find the fight to be real. I found it to be fake. I didn't see Jon squeezing at all. Is he that fat to where you don't see muscle squeeze? Is he just perfectly laying on top of the body? Why didn't Ciryl Gane fight the hands at all? Why didn't he sprawl panic to his backside? He just accepted it and tapped out. Then the brother looked flabbergasted. Like, really? Okay. I mean, it's all in the script. He was bound to fight Stipe, which I do think will be a real fight. It won't be a staged fight or a rigged fight or a judged fixed fight, or it might be, but, I've seen other fake fights before, in my opinion, and that I think were glorified sparring matches and shit like that. So it's, what ruined Pride was the mafia in Japan. What's ruining the UFC? The mafia in America. And it breaks my heart. I am one of the most hardcore fans. I love the sport all my life, since it's the day of its conception. It bums me out. And you can call me all kinds of stupid names if you want to. I'm used to it. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I believe in a lot of things, and I've been called an idiot for the past 10 years. So not a big deal. Post your comments if you want. But here's a bunch of comments saying how scared Francis Ngannou is of Jon Jones. More comments. Fight Jon Jones. Still scared to fight Jones. Ngannou, smart guy. He knew Jones was coming. That's why he left. It's just, they honestly believe that, he choked him out like that, and Francis is scared. But I heard earlier this week, he'll never fight in the UFC again. Well, that's because Francis isn't their do-boy. They can't talk him into laying down or out of money or... So, it's not going to happen. I was in denial. My friend told me there's no way Jon's going to lose. If Jon doesn't win, then there's no rigged fights in the UFC. That's pretty much what he said. So, and he agrees. He's like, they rolled the script out immediately as soon as he was watching it while I was working. And I'm the one that says, I don't know, man, because it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. See, he said Jon Jones was always going to win. I told you if they didn't, they don't rig fights. Every reason in the world for him to win, none for gain. And these two people bet on Jones. This is my cousin, man. What the fuck was that? Shit looked like WWE. Really can't put into words how disappointed I am in this shit show. That was horrible. Yeah, it just makes perfect sense for them to do it, right? Like, to set this fight up with Stipe. Now we get to find out the real GOAT. Now our American-born, built, cropped UFC champ can be champion, and not some Frenchman that's asking for a lot of money, or African, and that's negotiating and wanting all these things. They can stay under the UFC banner and brass. And just like Jones, he's coming in, signing 8-fight deals that he could make much more and demand much, much more. But I don't know. I stand by my previous prediction, and I stand by myself. To my own self, I can only be true. So, to thy own self be true. That's all I can do. If I didn't make this video, I wouldn't be. I told Maddie I didn't want to make this video because I didn't want to have to deal with Jones dick riders. I love Jon Jones. He's a great fighter, but I just think this fight was real. I think he's the greatest light heavyweight of all time, and Shogun's my favorite light heavyweight. Even with the steroids, because I think a lot of people are on them. I don't think he's the GOAT, because it's a shitty division and always has been. And I've seen other people dominate much better than he did. So, and I just can't be. Go listen to MMA Guru on why he doesn't find Jon Jones to be GOAT. And I agree with this take. So, go listen to the story of the police report of the last time Jon was in Las Vegas. He wasn't allowed to be in Las Vegas. What happened to that? Jon Jones not allowed to be in Las Vegas. It's a little long to get a fight, right? Anyway. Might sound crazy to some of you people, but this is what I find to be true. And for instances, I thought Conor versus Cowboy was fake. Other fights were fake. I think that Valentina threw the fight so she could rematch her and beat her again to close the odds up in Vegas. I think they did the same thing with Nunes and Pena, and then they had the rematch, and Nunes whopped her. I think Valentina's going to whop her. So it is what it is. It's all a money show, and Vegas Mafia is running the show. I will stand by that permanently.